So I've been around the block a few times, both in the Christian world and in the Goth world, and today I'm going to help you be the perfect Christian Goth on Tofer's Take. First thing, in order to be the perfect Christian Goth, you have to realize that black isn't the color of death. According to Revelations 6:8, pale green is. Next, your interest in vampires and is rooted in eating and drinking the blood of Christ at communion. Your clothes are an example of the darkness that can be felt in Exodus 10:21. If you are an active member of the Rackets and Drapes Therapy Patient fan club, you might be a step closer in being the perfect Christian Goth. If you have all four of the Rarities and Revelations by Savior Machine, that helps you be the perfect Christian Goth as well. And while we're on the topic of Savior Machine, bam, Eric Clayton's book, The Collective Journals. If you've read this, to be the perfect Christian Goth, you have to remember the Bible talks clearly about undead and zombies in Romans 6:11. If you always tell people why you wear black, because you are the shadow of the Almighty. You picture God, looking as he does in Psalms 18:7-16, riding on a dark storm cloud. Your wallet chain is not a sign of your bondage, but it very well could be, because it's that long. You always say stuff like, "Oh my Goth," so you don't take the Lord's name in vain. Everything you own is black. Even, If you think AC/DC's song, Back in Black, or Johnny Cash's song, Man in Black, was written about you, you're probably close to being the perfect Christian Goth. Your favorite book of the Bible is Lamentations, because you are always saying, "Whoa, whoa," and lamenting over something. The only music you listen to are bands like Savior Machine, Dark Valentine, Rackets and Drapes, Dead Artist Syndrome, Epic Church, and The Wedding Party. And if your playlist has every one of those bands, like I said, I've been around. And hopefully, you can tell that I'm kind of not serious in all this. I'm kind of kidding around with you all a little bit, because there's a sermon a while back, or a book, talking about the perfect Christian. And the perfect Christian doesn't exist. If we were perfect, Christ would not have came and died for us. And therefore, by default, the perfect Christian Goth doesn't exist either. And I was thinking about all this, and you see, in the Goth subculture, we have something called elitism. Where, you're not Goth if you don't do this, or if you don't like that, or, I've been Goth for longer than you, so I know more, and it seems we have a bit of a form of that in Christianity. It's called legalism, or Pharisees, and Jesus clearly spoke out against the Pharisees in the Bible, because they got it wrong. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't be striving, for perfection. I'm not saying we shouldn't be perfect because the Lord is perfect, but we should do that in mind that there was only one, the perfect man in this world, and his name was Jesus Christ. And he died because you and I, no matter how good we are, no matter how many other commandments we keep, no matter how much of the Bible we memorize, no matter how many mission trips we've been on, or this, that, or the other thing, we're not perfect, and we will never be perfect. And if we could obtain perfection just by following the law, then Christ came and died for nothing. It was something we could do on our own. No, he died for nothing, man. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of do this. I've had the idea a while back, and actually got some help from my friends on some of the list, and just think about that. If somebody says, you're not goth enough, you're not, Christian enough, remind them that, well, they're not perfect either. And I think our faith is a learning process, one that we should always constantly be growing in. Peace, goodbye, and God bless.